There you are, people. All right, this is Bri. We're over here at the compound. We've been working. If you can't tell, we had a nice blue sky today. And the birds are out, they're chirping. And what we did today was we tried to take the head over to the machine shop to see if they could take a look at it and just verify there's no cracks. But, you know, it's Saturday. And being that I travel for work, sometimes I forget what day is what. So when I'm home, I think everybody's working. But at the end of the day, what we did is I took a walk around the yard, and I was kind of at a standstill with the Hyundai head replacement. So I said, what can I do that needs done around here? And I remembered, even though we took the little four-wheeler trailer out on a maiden voyage, what we needed to do is give it the high wheel clearance package. So we brought the trailer into the shop, and well, let me show you. So here's what we got, people. Number one, I just went out in the woods and cleaned up a couple of trees that were dead and laying there. As you see, I've got a little bit of birch, a little bit of cherry, and I'm not sure what that third row is, but it's a hardwood. It was just an old tree that I got tired of looking at, and I'm like, well, you know what? It's still good. It's not soft, so we're going to go ahead and take it. And a few more maples in the back we got. But what I did today, people, if you can see, I wound up putting the high wheel clearance package on this. Now, this is the support that comes down and gives me the clearance underneath. I still have to put a bracket on either side with a pin. But if you look over the back here of the tires now, you can see it's raised up. And I believe I've got about 8 inches of clearance from the top of the wheel up, which is plenty in the throw of the walking beam. I don't think it'll be beyond that, but let's take you to the back and see what we got here. So what I did was, as you see, this was the old hole here where I ran the bolt through. So I built these segments here, and we put them on meticulously. Had the trailer off the frame, and what you're seeing there is gray etching primer. Now when summer comes around, or time this July, I'm going to go ahead and paint all this and get it all in epoxy primer and get a nice coat on it. But what I did is that, and it tips really nice. The next thing I want to do is put this tailgate on it, on the back. But as you can see, we've got a lot more clearance now, and it's actually at a better working height, if you know what I'm saying. Let's take the walk around. Let's take a look at it. And let me tell you something. Out in the woods, how do I put this? This thing articulates like a tandem trailer. If you had a triaxle and you were trying to back it into let's say a burned dairy, trying to offload something, maybe some milk or some brownies, you'd be able to do it just as easy as this one here does. But here's the situation. This is for the tailgate. You know that, right? We're going to get that built next. Really, it isn't like it falls out. I mean, I'm going through the woods with it nice and carefully, and because my four-wheeler has a low range, that's what I do. Now, here's a good picture of this articulation. You see how that kind of is canted to the side? That whole hitch swivels. But that's what we've got there, people. We've got a load of wood that says, hey, somebody, all they needed to do was go get it. And that's biothermal units right there. That's like about a $100 bill sitting there looking at you. So maybe not quite, maybe about 78 to 80. But to me, it's close enough to 100 to say we're happy that we went out and grabbed that today. And I actually got my exercise too. So I got a little workout. I got the Hyosin. Let's give the Hyosin a shout out, shall we? Take a look at she's still running just as happy as ever. I put the Country Line bar and chain on it, but we are running the 5520, the 5520E as an Edward. We're running that saw, and we are loving it. I probably, if I had to conservatively estimate, I would have to say, maybe she's got 30 to 40 core under her belt so far with me. And that's just wood. That's not There was a wood lot I cut down in Buffalo with a buddy of mine, and that had probably, I don't know, maybe 80 trees we had to remove, and this did the lion's share of it. What I did do, people, let me show you what I did here. If you're having trouble with your saw where it's giving you trouble, I took these rakers down a little bit. And did I use a file? Hell no. I went and took a grinder wheel, and I just dressed them up, took them down a little bit so that this thing, it's aggressive though. You got to be careful when you do that. It will become an aggressive saw, and it will bite in like you've never seen nothing bite before. But that's the Hyosin. It's a nice addition to the Eiger, you know. And if you go beyond that, we have the Gravely. It's keeping the yard in such beautiful shape. And this is at Free Wood. I got it all stacked from the fella out there a couple towns away from me. He cut down an old, what was that? That was a hardwood tree. I'm trying to think of ash. That was an ash tree. So we got that all buzzed up. And what else can I show you here at the compound? The stove is working great. We're filling that about every 30 hours. But that's some of the tops, some of the round limbs that I got from the second load that was sitting right in that trailer. You just need to realize, people, that you, the DIYer, are responsible to make sure you get all the things that you need throughout the day. And right there, let me tell you something. Great purchase. That little splitter right there. Now, I had a fella on here tell me in the comments, oh, you can split that. It's very easy to split by hand. You don't need to use a splitter. And you're right, I don't. I'm tougher than a barbed wire fence, you know. But at the end of the day, you don't need to be tougher than 5 acres of garlic to realize that you need to use some of the equipment you have just to run it on a regular basis. I mean, let's face it, people. It's not even, we're just getting into May. I could come out here. As you know, I have videos on me using the Trooper. It makes you super, by the way, if you use the Trooper. If you use the Trooper, Go Devil, Axe, Maul, whatever you want to call it, you definitely get your workout. But I wanted to run the wood splitter, and I wanted to make sure everything was copacetic with it, because I kind of put it away after I repaired it last year, and I didn't have any real bigger pieces to try. So, yes, ash is easy to cut and split and break apart. I'm going to do it my way, people. I mean, I have a splitter. I mean, would you be a mental patient if you had a splitter and didn't use it and just looked at it as a lawn ornament? I mean, I'm going to use it, okay? There's enough things I do. I pick things up. I work sometimes 16-hour days. So I'm not worried about getting my exercise with the wood splitter, okay? It's going to do its job, and I'm going to do mine. So you, the DIYer, got to figure that out for yourself. I can't do that for you. So anyway, that's enough about that. Let's take a pile. I got it all stacked. I threw some random tarps on it just to kind of keep the rain off it. We've been getting a lot of rain, although today was an absolutely beautiful day here in upstate New York. It was absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, so we're looking at a nice wood pile. Let's take a look at the shed. I know you want to go in there and see what we got left for wood in there, because some of my viewers been asking me. That's still quite a little bit of wood there, people. I bet you there's 1, 2, 3, maybe almost 4/4 wood left. So what we're trying to do is use this as we go. It is a very dry rack in the back there. And as you see, I put the upper loft in it so I can store some of my stuff up there. These are 8-foot ceilings, okay? And there's some of my steel I have over there. And I had to mix some fresh gas today. I put it right in that jug. Now let me tell you something. These new people that are coming up with these jugs, this is an old, probably 25-year-old jug. All you need to do is break that free and close that baby. That's your vent. It's very simple. You open this and it pours. Do you, I'm pointing at you, the DIYer, need this fancy setup like this? Because I'll be honest with you, this is a piece of junk. These people say, oh, let's put these fancy things. You got to push this down, squeeze this to the side, rack this over here, twist this, and then push it down in, and hopefully you get a drop of fuel out of there. That thing, all it does is leaks fuel all over the side of your vehicle. So that'll be going in the garbage. But here's the other thing I went and picked up at a local shop next to me. Bar and chain oil. And I went to grab, it doesn't say whether it's winter or summer blend on here, but this is summer blend because the lady told me so afterwards. But you know what? I picked one up and it said premium, and picked up another one, and the lady said, oh, those are winter grade oils. And I'm like, well, why do you have them out then if you have the summer grade? We're moving into summer. And she just kind of went like that. So whatever that means, maybe she didn't know, but at least she was nice enough to let me know before I opened it that it was not coming out like water. But this is Bry. We got the trailers. We're getting ready to build them up. I got a lot going on here, people. I got a lot of wood, and it's nice weather, so this is Bry. I got to go.